If you've traveled recently, you already know how everything feels like a money trap. Wi-Fi that costs more than your meal, seat upgrades that don't really upgrade anything, and even a bottle of water that somehow costs $5 before you've even left the airport. My last trip was no different. Delayed flights, hidden fees, overpriced taxis, it all added up fast. I was watching my expenses spiral out of control, thinking, great, another trip that's going to drain my wallet. But then, one tiny purchase, just $5, changed everything. I almost wasted $1,000 on that trip until this simple $5 hack flipped the whole experience.
It wasn't a coupon. It wasn't some shady discount trick. It was the smartest $5 I've ever spent while traveling. And in the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly how that single move saved me hundreds of dollars in 5 completely different ways. Number 1, the $5 connection trick. The first way that $5 hack saved me money was by killing the biggest travel scam of all, roaming fees. My airline was offering an $85 roaming plan for convenience, but that convenience would have cost me more than my hotel breakfast for a week. Instead, I bought a $5 eSIM before the flight. The moment I landed, my phone connected instantly. No lines, no SIM cards, no begging airport Wi-Fi to load a single page. While everyone else was stuck trying to scan barcodes for free hotspots, I was already texting my ride and checking directions. Just like that, I'd saved over $80 and dodged the stress that comes with being disconnected in a new country.
What I didn't realize at that moment was how big of a head start that connection would give me for the rest of the trip. Having instant data meant I could find
Local ride apps, track flight changes, and even double-check hotel locations before leaving the airport. It wasn't just about avoiding fees, it was about control. No waiting, no uncertainty, no surprises. That $5 eSIM didn't just save me money, it saved me hours of hassle and set the tone for a smoother, smarter trip from the very first minute I touched down. Number 2, smarter transport, the $5 ride advantage. With data right away, I didn't have to fall for the airport taxi trap. You know, those overpriced rides that magically double the moment they see a suitcase? The airport desk was charging $25 for a 15-minute trip into the city.
Thanks to that $5 eSIM, I opened a local rideshare app and got the exact same route for $10.
No haggling, no confusion, no tourist tax. What made it even better was the freedom to compare prices on the spot. I could see real-time traffic, choose cheaper routes, and even book shared rides when it made sense. That one bit of data access kept money in my pocket every single day. Over a week of short trips, those $15 differences stacked up fast, enough to cover an entire night's stay at my hotel. It's wild how one simple connection turned into a personal travel assistant, helping me dodge hidden fares and overpriced convenience fees every time I stepped out of the airport. Number 3, hotel freedom, the $5 upgrade you didn't expect. The real magic of that $5 eSIM showed up a few days later when it came time to switch hotels. Normally, that's a stressful process, long calls, cancellation fees, and the fear that you'll end up paying even more just to move. But with data always on, I started checking hotel prices on the go, right from my phone while exploring the city. That's when I spotted it. A better rated hotel, same area, cleaner rooms, and $40 to $50 cheaper per night. My current place was $160 a night. This new one was $110. And the best part? I could rebook instantly without talking to a single person or paying a fee. A few taps later, my new confirmation email was in my inbox before I even checked out. That quick switch saved me over $150 across 3 nights, all because I had the flexibility to act fast. No waiting for Wi-Fi, no losing good deals, no getting trapped in overpriced bookings. It was pure freedom, and it started with that same $5 connection that kept me one step ahead the entire trip. Number 4, food and local deals. Eating smarter, not pricier.
One of my favorite parts of traveling is the food, but it's also where most people quietly overspend without realizing it. Thanks to that $5 eSIM, I didn't have to rely on whatever restaurant was closest to the tourist spots or recommended by a hotel desk. With data in my pocket,
I could open Google Maps anywhere and look for real local gems, small cafes, hidden food stalls, and happy hour deals that tourists usually miss. Some meals that would have cost me $20 in the main square ended up being $8 just a few blocks away. And honestly, the food was way better. I found local spots packed with residents, places where the portions were bigger, the flavors were real, and the prices didn't make you wince every time you opened the menu. Over the entire trip, that simple ability to search and compare saved me well over $100 on food alone. But more than the savings, it made every meal part of the adventure, tasting the local life instead of paying for the tourist version of it. Number 5. Hidden fees and emergency fixes. The last big save came when everything started to fall apart. My return flight got delayed. Normally, that's the moment panic sets in. Everyone rushes to the airline counter, lines stretch forever, and agents start charging rebooking fees that make your jaw drop. But because I had data on hand, I didn't even get out of my seat. I opened the airline's website right from my phone, rebooked the next available flight, and confirmed everything in minutes. No waiting, no talking, no paying that ridiculous $100 change fee. And here's the best part. Since I was first to rebook online, I snagged one of the limited hotel vouchers the airline was offering for stranded passengers. By the time others even reached the counter, I already had a room, transport, and an updated boarding pass in my inbox. That one moment saved me nearly $200 and a massive headache. It proved that the real value of that $5 eSIM wasn't just in savings. It was in control. When things went wrong, I wasn't stuck reacting. I was already fixing it. And that's how a single $5 eSIM ended up saving me more than $1,000, just by keeping me connected and in control from the moment I took off to the moment I landed back home. No roaming fees, no taxi traps, no overpriced hotels, no tourist scams, and no emergency chaos at the airport. All because of one tiny decision that most travelers don't even think about. But here's the thing, that $5 trick was just the start. There are so many other small hacks that work the same way. Booking flights in incognito mode to avoid surge pricing, packing a reusable water bottle to skip airport markups, using cashback travel cards for hidden flight discounts, even knowing which travel days cost 30% less without changing your destination. They're all simple, underrated, and completely legal, but together they can save you hundreds every time you travel. So before your next trip, remember, it's not about traveling cheap. It's about traveling smart, because sometimes the smallest hack, the $5 kind, ends up being the one that changes everything. If you found this helpful, hit subscribe, because next time I'm revealing my favorite $3 airport hack that saved me even more on my last trip. Trust me, you don't want to miss that one.